7:30 on a Saturday night. And it's time for some playoff hockey here at the WTC, where the hometown Rideaus lead the visiting Cumberland Castors 2-0 in the best-of-7 first-round series. Looking across the league, Canada, Metcalf, 3-0. All games there have been very close. South Grenville took a 2-1 lead over St. Isidore with a win last night. And Van Cleek Hill lead Morrisburg 2-0. Now, I know most people are focused on another game this weekend, but strap in, because it's going to be a hockey Saturday night here in Westport. Lineup for the Cumberland Castors: number 1, Justin Odette. Number 30, Cedric Dandeneau. Number 31, Micah Sommer. Number 2, Connor Comtois. Number 4, Tyler Lehay Desabris. Number 5, Benjamin Laird. Number 6, David Bartlett. Number 7, Cohen George. Number 8, Ethan Silvestri. Number 10, AJ Frost. Number 11, Mathis Gadua. Number 12, Samuel Archer. Number 13, Tyler Levesque. Number 14, Riley Webb. Number 15, Lincoln Tate. Number 17, Jaron Rupertus. Number 18, Liam Kirby. Number 19, Andrew Backerdax. Number 20, Logan Stewart. Number 22, Danny Stewart. Number 22, Danny Stewart. Number 28, Alex Fauchon. Number 44, Ryan Shalhoub. Number 55, Shane Moody. Number 61, Ryan Pomerleau. Number 65, Brody Chapman. Number 71, Sebastian Cossette. Head coach, Terry Lemieux. Assistant coaches, Dan No, Jacques Levesque, Tyler Druce. Trainers, Justin Belanger and Mitchell Chabot. And general manager, Tim Kosh. For the Rideaus, number 31, Ben Spicer. Number 33, Tyke Mossman. Number 2, Ethan Mueller. Number 3, Nolan Campbell. Number 4, Noah McGlade. Number 5, Adam Vio. Number 6, Logan Chason. Number 7, Nathan Green. Number 8, Patty Finn. Number 11, Jack Leonard. Number 12, Lane Morency. Number 13, Gavin Merkley. Number 15, Ty Empey. Number 16, Robert Onion. Number 18, Ben Pelado. Number 19, Connor Jackson. Number 21, Thomas McLean. Number 22, Regan Donnelly. Number 24, Cohen Campbell. Number 25, Chad Carroll. Number 26, Noah Sear. Number 27, Ethan Fowler. Number 71, Tyson Birch. Number 81, Jack Story. Number 91, Braden Below. Head coach, Steve Merkley. Assistant coach, Jeff Seed. Tim Seed. Trainer, Willie Wilson. Mike Dyer. General manager, Jeff Snow. And junior equipment manager, Camden Hudson. Smith and Cote, the officials tonight. Hahn and Larkin, the linesman. Looks like Spicer and Dandeneau getting the call in net again. We're just about ready for O Canada. Good crowd here tonight. Tom Dodds and Rob Scott in the box, and as always, Phil and Tim here in the booth.
Between the Cumberland Castors and your Westport Rideaus. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise and be able to stand for national anthem.
2 full benches tonight. And somebody brought a horn. Moody back from the 1-game suspension for the check to the head on Hannah. Jackson, Story, and Sears starting off with McLean and Carroll. And the draw won by the Rideaus. Quick shot by number 16. Not on my program. I believe that might be Pomerleau. Back to the line it comes, shot knocked aside by Spicer. Out near the line, it comes out, picked up there by Backerdax. He goes back to the D, comes ahead. McLean going behind his net. McLean still with the puck. His clearing attempt off the stick of Webb and into the mesh. Draw one cleanly by the Rideaus that time. But behind the net, they're tied up. Back to the line it comes. Long shot, wide of the net. Another shot towards the net, picked up there by Finn. Finn trying to get it to Below. Below gets it ahead to Morency. Morency gets to the red and dumps it in to the left of Dandino. Oh, it slid awkwardly off the boards. And now back to the line, kept in by Campbell to the far corner. Below and Morency working together there. Cycled it low. Around behind the net it comes. Campbell steps in. Campbell shot low off Dandino. And that comes back. Finn, whoa! Finn attempt to go hard off the boards. Almost went hard off the assistant coach. So that'll come back a zone. Draw one by Backerdax. Off the boards, and the Rideaus put it right back out. Fowler across the line. Pelado throws it out front. Comes back to the line, and Chason couldn't keep it in. Green back in the lineup tonight. His pass to Fowler. Fowler gets it around Laird, but Pomerleau is back. Pass out front, and there's Pomerleau heading towards Spicer. He's rubbed there. He had Backerdax coming in on the back door side, and now Pelado puts it in the corner. Pelado receiving an honor from the league as the most improved player this year. And Jackson in on the backhand, and he scores. So the Rideaus take a 1-0 lead with 17:29 remaining here in the first. And across the line, but the Rideaus turn the puck back. Off the boards it comes. Story on the forecheck against Moody. That pass over for Bartlett, too far. Sear and Story didn't wait for Jackson to clear, so now they have to clear the zone. And Sear picks the pocket. Sear coming in, and he puts one high off Dandeneau's shoulder. And that touched a player on the Castor bench. So Jackson from Carroll. And Sear almost with another. Draw back. And here comes number 7, George. No ice, says Hahn. And that's sent back in by number 22, Danny Stewart. And that went over the glass. Went over the short glass, missed the high glass. So no change for the Rideaus. Draw to the left of Spicer. One by the Castor. That shot wide to the right. On the far corner. That pass up to Pomerleau. He hits a man in front. And Below and Webb exchanging jousts. And there's 19 Backerdacks. He's seen a lot of ice already this game. And Spicer stops the pass out front and covers up at 15:56. Only 16 skaters for the Castor. Back to the line, it's Moody. He puts it in wide. On the far side, Campbell throws it ahead. And there's Merkley. Merkley across the line. And Merkley again with the puck. Out to the line, fit shot off a leg and wide. Back it comes. Jackson with 2 shots, 2 rebounds. And the Rideaus turn it back. And then the Castor turn it back again. A couple of turnovers and neutral ice there. Now Merkley. Merkley throwing it to the slot area, but the Rideaus were making changes, so back it comes to Chason. He throws it in the far corner. Moody now picks it up, and he starts to leg it out. And that puck slides by the side of the net. There's the backhand up to neutral ice, across the center, back it comes. And Fowler around a man. Fowler, his shot off a stick and into the netting. 14:40 here in the first. Rideaus lead the Castor 1-0. Draw scrambled, but it gets back to Carroll. His shot. Backerdacks couldn't, Dandeneau couldn't have seen much of that. And there was a hit at the line, but the puck went through. Now Fowler can't clear. And Frost turns it back. A.J. Frost. Carroll off the boards. And it gets to the line, but not out, says Hahn. In the corner. There's a shot, gloved by Ben Spicer. So after giving up 2 in the first last Sunday, Dandeneau was pulled briefly for Odette. And Odette gave up the 3rd goal, which turned out to be the game winner. Dandeneau returned to the net. and shut the door the rest of the way. Laird now has the puck knocked off his stick by Story. Long shot on net. And now that was Green getting it up, and they're going to call that an ice, and it is. No Birch and no Onion tonight. And I don't see Mueller tonight. Story gets around, well, gets partway around Moody. And now the harm is up. And Moody being called for interference. I can't imagine the Castor bench will be happy about that. As a defenseman, I don't like that call. But Moody will sit for 2 or less at 13:25. Draw pushed ahead. Carroll and Sear are battling in the corner. Story comes in and picks up the puck. He tries to put it back for Jackson, but too far. McLean, long pass ahead for Sear. Sear shot, low, rebound. Dandino kicks that out. Now McLean, again ahead for Story, who leaves it for Jackson. That might have been offside on the far side. Jackson hits the back door. Carroll's shot, rebound. Now that was more interference than Moody's, but there you go. Oh, and another shot. No way that the goaltender saw that, but he made the save. Dandino keeping his team in early here. Sear looking to get it out front. Gets it across for Story. It was a little high. McLean now into Story. He leaves it for Sear. Sear to Story. Story's backhand. Dandino turned that aside. It goes all the way down, and changes will be made. Both teams changing 4 men. McLean gets it ahead for Pelado. He's tipped. Stopped by Cedric Dandino. 36 seconds remaining in the power play. 12:01 remaining in the first period. The Rideaus lead the Castor 1-0. That draw won by the Rideaus, thrown in for Below. Below behind the net. He's bumped there. Pelado working on it. Now Pelado against Stewart. And Story gets it out to Finn. Finn back for Story. Story Below. Over to Green. Back to Green. Green's shot. Off a body and off of Dandino. Penalty almost over. And we're back to 5-on-5. Green off the boards for Morency. Oh, and Silvestri. Finn knocking the puck off his stick. Now Morency goes to the far side. Pelado coming in. Pelado throws it out front. Dandino able to stop that up right on the post. So no power play goal this time. But the Rideaus still lead 1-0 here with 11:03 remaining in the first. And the puck goes behind the net. And that's a high stick. And no, it's not a high stick. Waved off. The Rideaus must have touched that up. We couldn't see from our vantage point here. Smith was ready to make the high stick call. Mueller throws it back in. Out it comes to Campbell. Campbell throws it in. He takes a shot from Kirby. Into the corner it goes. Fowler. Fowler still with the puck. Fowler gets it to his winger. Kept in at the line by Mueller. And now Moody trying to get it ahead. That was intercepted by Empey and turned back. Now Empey in the corner. Empey bumped off the puck momentarily, gets it back, but now Moody, the smooth skating captain, gets it out. Now Kirby crossing the Rideaus line. That shot off an ankle. Fowler puts it ahead for Empey. Empey gets to the red line and throws it in. And the Rideaus go off for a change. Here come the Castors. Another turnover on their breakout. The Rideaus have turned them over deep in their own end several times. One a scoring opportunity and another a goal. Morency on the draw against Frost. It goes, Dandeneau knocks it aside. It comes to the line and it's passed. No icing, says the linesman. Wave that off from way down. McLean behind his own net. Throws it up the far side. Stewart takes that, and he's hit by Fowler. Sorry, that's Campbell. And Merkley across to Campbell. Campbell ahead for Morency. He's hit before he gets to the puck. And that's thrown off the boards high. Chason throws it in and takes a hit from Kirby. Coming out of their own end. Off the boards, kept in by Chason. Merkley gets that deep. Morency pushed off the puck by Stewart. That's thrown ahead for McLean, puts it across. Funny bounce off the boards. Bartlett looking to capitalize on that awkward bounce. Now Story coming the other way. Story 1-on-3 as his line mates were changing. Now across for Carroll. And Jackson now back at his own blue line. His pass ahead off a skate and onto the stick of Moody. Now Jackson. Jackson bumped by Laird, but he gets the pass away. And Sear throws it in. Dandeneau out to stop it for his defenseman. Now Story on the far side. And Jackson picks up another loose puck. He throws it out in front. And Sear with a shot. A rebound. And Story not able to slip it by Dandeneau. Yet another turnover deep in their own end. The Castors need to tighten that up. Uncharacteristic. 7:46 remaining here in the first. Rideaus cling to a 1-0 lead. Draw one. Jackson shot off Dandeneau. And the Castors clear. Carroll turns at his own blue line. Tries to put ahead for Jackson. And it's turned back by Webb. Jackson coming back. Pomerleau on him. Jackson leaves it for Carroll. Carroll ahead. And the Castors looking to lay some body. And now Sear winds up with a big slapper. Off the glove of Dandeneau and into the mesh. Virch. Could have swore he wasn't here. Virch on the draw. And below. Gets to Carroll. Carroll's shot off a leg and on the side of the net. That pass coming back to the line was hot from Virch. Virch looking backdoor for Carroll. And now the Castors turn it back. And the Rideaus intercept in their own side of center. And below laying some body of his own. Carroll throws it at the net. It's tipped. Ooh, Dandeneau had to be sharp there. A long pass. Oh, that's off the hand of Carroll. No icing there. Frost and Carroll collide in the corner. And it squirts out to number 44, Shaloub, with a shot high just below the chin of Spicer. 6:27 remaining here in the first. Rideaus 1, Castor, no score. MP wins the draw. They go hard off the glass. That's going to be an ice. Coach usually tells them they've got three options: hard off the glass, or hard off the glass. That one was hard off the glass. Another draw, won by MP. This time they try the other side of the ice. And that comes ahead. That pass in off the body of number 15, Lincoln Tate. And now Bartlett met at the line by two green shirts. The Rideaus ahead. Pelado with the puck. He puts it up for Empey. Too many bodies, not enough space. Larkin says that's offside. Campbell spins and fires. Fowler and Pelado. Pelado throws it in behind the net. Fowler not going to get there before Laird. And the pressure is relieved. Will that be an icing? Yes, it will. No change. No change, so Moody will have to come back. Somebody else will have to come back. Smith was right there. He'll make sure the correct players are on the ice. 5:27 remaining in the first. Draw won by the Castor. And they look to come. Laird coming out of his own end. He's turned back. And that came across for Sear. Sear with another chance. Sear's arms are going to be tired from shooting. He's getting his opportunities. But that allowed a change. But now the center will be thrown out. And Sear again. Oh no, that's Story. His shot off a stick and into the mesh. Oh, Hahn going back for a new rondelle. And a shot by Story there off the stick of Dandeneau. That clearing attempt gloved by Chason. Now Backerdax looking to get around Mueller. Story takes a hit from Backerdax. And that thrown into the bench by number 14, Riley Webb. Less than 5 minutes to go in the first. A full change for the Castor. Draw back, Laird puts it in. Mueller off the glass and out to neutral ice. Jackson bumps the man and offside the call, I guess. And the puck comes into the Rideaus zone. Kirby knocks it in. Mueller, the first one to it, whiffs on the clearing attempt. Around the net it goes to the far side. That's Braden below. Tried to get it ahead for Verch. And now below gets it ahead. He's bumped by a couple of bodies. Kirby and below exchanging jousts. And coming out of their zone, that's Stewart. But at the last second, it's knocked off his stick. Lucky bounce for the Castor. Another lucky bounce for the Castor. But Morency couldn't find the puck. He's in his feet. Spicer covering up that puck. It was bouncing around quite a bit there. Maybe we can get a frozen one to start the second period. As there's only 3 minutes and 32 seconds remaining here in the first, with the Rideaus leading the Castor 1-0. Draw scrambled, but the Castor get a shot, steered aside by Spicer. Up the far side, and now through the middle. Jackson, offside, says the linesman. And no icing, says Hahn. Rideaus take over. That will be an icing. The Rideaus bench thinking that went awfully close to Gadua. Thinking that perhaps that icing should have been waived. Frost on the draw. Scrambled. And McLean puts it ahead. Jackson kicks it up to Merkley. Merkley coming in. Merkley shot, oh, just wide. And on the far side, McLean will throw it back in deep. Merkley on the forecheck. Comes to the half boards. Rideaus can't keep it in. They go across to the blue. And McLean throws it back in. Dandino out to stop that up. And Campbell looking to get it back to his defenseman. Merkley hard on the forecheck. Comes up with the puck, gets a shot off. Dandino the save, another shot. Bouncing in front. Dandino diving. Gavin Merkley earning his pay tonight. .221 here in the first. Rideaus lead 1-0. Empey on the draw. Comes back to the line. The quick shot off a leg and wide. Behind the net. It comes out. Green puts it back into the corner. It's going to be an icing. No, says the linesman. He says it touched somebody. Not sure who. And back come the Rideaus. Empey across the line. He couldn't get the shot off, but the puck is deep. Fowler. Back to Green. Green puts it to the corner. To the line. Pelado's there to keep it in. Out in front to Fowler. Fowler looking to go around Stewart. Stewart wasn't fooled. And it's back in deep. Fowler on the forecheck. And now to the line but not out. Fowler in front. His shot. Dandino the stop. .126 remaining in the first. I think it's fair to say the Rideaus have had the majority of the play in the Castor end this period. Draw won by the Castor, and they're breaking out. They've got a man, but Jackson turns them back. Sear drops for Jackson. Jackson hooked up. Jackson again with the puck. To Story. Story cutting to the net. He gets it to the blue ice. And now Jackson, hip check. Jackson cutting through the slot. Leaves it for Mueller. And it comes back to Campbell. Campbell across to Mueller. Mueller with another shot. Hits a man in front. Rebound. That would have been a high stick. That would have been a no goal. Back to Campbell. He's bumped by Kirby. Story into Sear. Sear looking for Stories with the return pass. Story to the line. Mueller's shot off a shin pad. Campbell hustling back. 3-on-2, the Castors come, and they have it knocked away before they get into the Rideaus' end. 27 seconds remaining. Campbell to Story. Story way ahead for Sear. Sear couldn't get around the Castor defenseman. Now Webb. 13 seconds remaining. No icing, says the linesman. Story throws it up through center. And that'll do it for the first period. I'd be interested in the shots on goal, but the only shot that counts was a goal by Jackson, and the Rideaus lead 1-0. We'll see you back here in 10 minutes. officials. We're just waiting for the players. This is the only game tonight. And with the doors closing from the ice resurfacer, the players and officials take to the ice. We don't have a game sponsor tonight, but there are some groups that should be thanked. There's the Friends of the Arena, FODA as they're known, Rideau Insurance, who sponsor the bags for the players, Elite Window Washing, who sponsor the hats, and Hurley Home Hardware, who sponsor the jackets, plus all the sweater sponsors like Baker's Feed, WTC Communications. The sponsors really make this league and the other leagues possible. And the Castor come across center. There's Frost being watched by McLean. A puck comes to the slot area. The Rideau's not able to clear, and the Castor get a shot, but Spicer equal to the task. George to Moody. Moody back up through center, intercepted by Virch. Virch, and that's offside. Morency's leg not long enough. Tried to drag it. Kadrinko's Grocery, Rideau Insurance, the other sweater sponsors. So thank you to all the sponsors. Back into the corner it goes. There's Stewart. He gets it up to number 19, Backerdax, but Backerdax is turned back. Back across, Pomerleau now. Pomerleau out. He gets it across to Tate. Tate's shot steered aside by Spicer. Pellado thought the puck was coming harder and it didn't get to him. That puck gets by Stewart. Pellado on him. Oh, and Webb hits Mueller from behind. 14 for a charge. Webb doesn't like the call. A charge, the call. So the second minor penalty assessed against the Castor. The arm went up right away. Castor bench complained right away. McLean not there, and he's beat down the ice by number 7. And there'll be a face-off. George with a burst of speed there to get by McLean. Almost perhaps one of the better chances the Castor have had thus far, shorthanded. And the Rideaus take over in their own end. Finn looking to get it ahead, and Backerdax turns it back. And Green turns back. He's got room now. He gets it ahead. That was left for Finn. Finn across the blue line, leaves it for Jackson. Jackson at the blue line, but on his backhand. He goes down, out front. That shot The knuckle puck. Story wants that one back. The tic-tac, but no toe. Draw to the left of Dandenong. Morency removed from the face-off dot. So in comes below. Draw one. Pelado behind the net. He lost the handle. It comes back to Green. Green into the half boards, into below. Two Rideaus behind the red line. Battling. Frost now. Below. And Stewart. Now Frost again. Below. Taking it. Oh, and that pass out front hopped the stick of Green. Spicer up the boards for Pelado, who puts it back to Green. Perhaps didn't realize that Spicer was still out of the net. And Morency dangerously close to stowing the goaltender there. 17 minutes even, 28 seconds remaining in the power play. Draw one by the Castor, and they send it down the ice. Spicer stops it for McLean. McLean ahead for Below. Below can't get the puck around the official Hahn. And now Laird keeping it in, and back it comes to Gadua. Gadua's long shot high over the net, and the penalty's over. Below, across the blue. Below still with the puck. He looked to cycle it to Pelado. Around the far side, Morency missed the puck. And it comes to the near side. Three Rideaus in there on two Castor. Morency now coming out of the corner. Morency to McLean, and that went off the stick of the Castor, so it will stay inside. So the Rideaus unable to make hay with their first two power plays. Merkley on the draw here. Merkley wins the draw, and it's booted at the line by Jackson. Jackson ahead, tipped there by Campbell. Merkley on Moody. Campbell back in. Moody gets it. Merkley takes it off him. Jackson coming out of the corner. Now Merkley gets it to the line. That shot, a bouncer, gloved by Dandenong. Draw one by the Castor that time. Merkley battling Moody. And the Castor come away with the puck. They're across the blue line. And it comes back to the line to Moody. His shot steered aside by Spicer. I'm not sure if we call that one a shot on net, but Spicer covers up. Bit of a short bench for the Castor here tonight. Draw back to the line. The Castor shot off a skate. Nearly fooled Spicer, but it went wide. And Campbell ahead for Pelado. That'll be icing. Allowing the Castor to change forwards. Draw one by the Castor. It gets to the line, but Campbell knocks that away. Pelado taken down by Webb. Empey behind the net, and he's hit hard. Fowler not able to get that across the blue line. He tips it there, and again, the Castor keep it in. Campbell gets it up to the line, but not out. Shot well wide. Pelado now with a chance. Still kept in by the Castor. Glove down by Webb. And back into the corner it goes. Campbell, behind his own net, takes a hit. Mueller to Pelado. And ahead it goes. Fowler tips it past number 16, Pomerleau, I believe. And out to the slot it comes. And now Pelado knocks it into the corner. To the line, kept in by the Rideaus. And that long stretch pass, Green turns that away. And too many men for the Castor there, missed momentarily. Kirby, a physical presence out tonight. And that's offside. Morency back. Morency takes a bump. It gets ahead. Green ahead for below. And now Verch on the forecheck. To the line, kept in momentarily, and the Castor break out. And another big hit coming there from Kirby, but he missed a man, and Morency will be going for two or less for a slash. .12:48, and the Castor will get their first crack at the power play. Backerdax on the draw, wins it back to Moody. Moody with the puck, throws to the net, it's tipped. And the puck gets to the line, but not out. Sear can't clear the zone. Back to the line to Moody. Moody has it knocked away by Sear. Dandino out to stop that puck, and here comes Moody. Moody, that should be an icing, and it is. Face off to the right of Cedric Dandino. Rideaus killing their first penalty of the night. Below, removed from the face-off dot. And Moody behind his own net. Moody looking for the stretch pass. And here come the Castor across the line. Behind the net, out to Silvestri, back to the half boards, and kicked ahead by Below. Below knocks it past Moody, and Dandino covers briefly, but not long enough for a whistle. Silvestri gets it in deep. Campbell, hard around the boards. Dandino out to stop it up for Moody. Moody gets it ahead for Silvestri. And Sear and Jackson turn them back. Dandino to stop it up. He puts it behind for Pomerleau. Jackson across. And McLean keeps it deep. Jackson. Jackson with the puck. He hits Sear. Sear puts it in deep. And the Castors get to center. Castors get across the blue. Shot right on. Spicer covers up. And we're back to 5-on-5. So 3 minor penalties so far tonight. Nothing to show for either team. And at 10:48, halfway through the game, the Rideaus lead the Castors 1-0. Draw pushed ahead. Chasson, and a man down. That turn shot hit Mueller. Mueller now with the stretch pass. No icing, says Hahn, as the stick of the Rideaus player was lifted. Fowler takes a sharp angle shot. Dandeneau makes a sharp angled save. Empty on the draw against Frost. Scrambled draw, comes back to Mueller, his shot. Looking 5-hole. Dandeneau sends it to the corner. Rideaus keep it in at the line. Frost in front of his own net. Turned back by Fowler. Frost again. Try the other side. Turned back again. Kept in at the line. The shot. And Mueller keeps it in on the near side. Fowler in the corner with Pelado. It comes out to Empey. Empey kicks it ahead for his stick. And he's going off in some discomfort. No slashing call coming. And the Castors out of their own end. Across the blue line. High shot off the glass. And it's ahead for Jackson. Jackson across the blue line. Kept in by Campbell. And down on the ice was Kirby. Hand pass, says the official. .9:05 remaining in the second. Still Rideaus 1, Castors no score. Castors win that draw cleanly. But Campbell on the forecheck, knocks the puck away. And now Merkley giving chase behind the net. Up it comes to the line. Green keeps it in. It goes off a body and just out. Merkley throws it in, and Dandeneau decides the face-off is in order. Face-off will be to his left. .8:47 to go in the second. Draw won by the Castors. That hit a stanchion. All the funny bounces seem to have come from this end. And up the half boards, a long pass ahead. And Backerdacks back to his D. To the far side to Stewart. And that's knocked in behind Spicer. Green. Around the net, Green with some speed. Gets it ahead, takes a hit, but it's a 2-on-1. And that low shot meant for a rebound, but the rebound didn't come as they had a Rideau on the back door. And coming in the other side, Green gets it ahead for Below. Off his stick, and back comes Stewart. Stewart and Green collide. Green off the boards. And that's Morency. And Birch put Morency just offside. Morency with an extra move at the line. Birch thought he was across. Jackson pushes the puck ahead, but the Castor clear. D-to-D pass to McLean. Back up to Sear. Sear gets across the red and throws it in. Jackson on Moody. And up the near side. Finn turns it back. Oh, and that's off the mesh. So we'll have another face-off. Scrambled draw. Finn gets it, and he'll put it deep. Story on the far side. He had it momentarily, and now the Castor, they break, and Finn, oh, that was a close one. Finn getting back, and then the puck again taking quite a bounce. Gadua coming in late there after the whistle. Exactly 7 minutes remaining. And Story and Gadua both going for a rough. 4-on-4. Sear wins the draw back to McLean. McLean in for Jackson. Jackson turns back to McLean. McLean goes east-west. His shot off the post. Back to McLean again. He puts it back in for Sear. Finn comes in from the point. Finn behind the net. Bumped off the puck. Jackson picks it up. Stewart tried to pin him against the board. And the Castor get the puck into Rideaus territory. Rideaus take control. That pass hits a stick. McLean to Sear. To Finn. Back to McLean. McLean was going off for a change. And Backerdax can't get by Finn. Finn to Sear to Campbell. Campbell goes in, puts it behind the net. Now Pelado on the puck. It comes back to Mueller. He puts it into Pelado. Pelado behind the net. Pelado, oh, looking for Mueller. That's off a stick. Spicer over for Campbell. Campbell, no hurry to get to that puck. Now Mueller puts it back for Morency. Morency ahead for Pelado. And that'll be an icing, say the linesman. "14 seconds remaining in the offsetting minor penalties for roughing after the whistle. Draw won by the Rideaus, but gets to the line but not out. That shot blocked by Campbell. The Rideaus now having a hard time clearing their zone. Stewart keeps that one in. Out to the slot area. Steered away by Campbell. And now Pelado. Pelado coming in against Stewart. And Story gets a shot towards the net, but it's stopped up there by the Castor defenseman. Back it comes. Pelodeau takes a big hit. Across the line, a drop pass, dropped too far. And around the net it goes, and Frost will get there first. On the other side, Mueller tried to get it to Story. Story gets it by no icing. Again, I guess Hahn thought not enough effort. And below to Green. Green shot. And a penalty coming to. Penalty coming Hook. Is it Moody? With Stewart. 2 minutes for the Hook at 3:57. Draw scrambled, gets back to the line to McLean. McLean throws it at the net, it's tipped, rebound, another shot, steered aside by Dandino. McLean to Carroll. Carroll's shot off the stick of Webb, so it will stay inside. Defenders changed for the Castor. Sear again scrambles the draw, goes to the far side. That shot wide. Carroll keeps it in. And now Sear below the red line. Sear back to the line to McLean. McLean puts it back in for Sear, but it's intercepted. And hard around it comes. George, the speedy George, on McLean. McLean leaves it for Jackson. Now Jackson coming ahead. Jackson, Virch, and Sear. Jackson stops up, waits for numbers, gets back to McLean. His shot tipped. Dandino covers up. .258 remaining in the period, 1:01 remaining in the penalty. To Stewart for the Hook. Green's got a good shot back on the line, but that's sent down the ice quickly by the Castor. Now Green coming out of his own end. Webb gets a stick on him. And it's off the official. We're below with Morency and Green. Green to Morency. Morency likes to dangle. His shot, high rebound. And the Castor again hit the referee. Castor bench asking him to get out of the way. All that space, and they had to hit him. Pelodeau looks. Pelodeau's shot off a stick into the mesh, and with 5 seconds remaining in the penalty, we'll have another face-off. I'm sure Cote did his best to get out of the way there. Nobody wants to get hit by a puck. Sear scrambles the draw, but the Castor throw it down the ice. And Spicer looking to clear. Couple of stops by Spicer. Puck back to the line, and here come the Rideaus. Virch and Sear. Sorry, that's Story and Sear. Story shoots. Dandino the save. 1:39 remaining here in the second. Still a 1-0 score. That is off a Rideaus stick. It will be a high stick. So 131. The draw will come all the way back down to the right of Ben Spicer. Play a little more even this period. No goals to show for either team. Mueller around the boards. Ice, says Hahn. Jackson wondering, thought Larkin pulled the shoot a little quick there. Neither player had reached the hash marks yet. Draw scrambled again. And now Campbell ahead for Jackson. Jackson trying to get around the defenseman. Pomerleau comes back. Icing again, this time against the Castor. 1:06 remaining here in the second. The first two games decided by close scores, and a very close score in this game. That bouncy puck gets to Mueller. He puts it across to Campbell. Campbell throws it in. It's off a stick of a Castor player. And Backerdax coming out of his own end. Long shot. And Gadua coming in late there, drawing some attention. Draw won by the Rideaus, but the Castor keep it in. Morency off the boards and below on Stewart. Stewart against below with a man in front. And McLean following up the play, gets it back to below. Below still with the puck. Tried to get out front for Morency. It got back to center. Carroll throws a long puck in. Dandeneau gloves it. Gets it to Stewart. Stewart takes a hit. The puck thrown towards the net. Dandeneau gets an arm on it. And now Moody and Morency having an exchange. I'm sure they were saying, that was a great period. We'll see you out here in 10 minutes. And everybody's second favorite part of the night, the drawing of the 50-50 ticket. So again, a big thank you to all the volunteers that we have throughout the year. You see 3 of them over there: Mark Hurley, Tom Dodds, Rob Scott, Scott Holliday, Chris Chismore, all the ticket sellers, too many to name, at the front desk. Troy McLean, of course my partner Phil, all of these people coming together to support local hockey. And the first icing of the third period. So, 1 goal separates these 2 teams again. Backerdax against Jackson, 19-on-19, and Jackson wins that battle. Green ahead to Merkley. Merkley's pass in the body of Webb. Merkley gets it. Well, that's Green on the forecheck. Left for Merkley. Merkley ahead for Jackson. Into the corner. That's Jackson comes up with the puck. Good body position. Out front from Campbell. And Jackson back to Green. Green to Campbell. He gets it in, and that's on net. Dandeneau stops that up. I always wonder if those count as shots on net in the stats. Fowler back to the line. Dandeneau steers that aside. Pomerleau on the sideboards, dances around. 1 man, but kept in at the line. And Pellado's shot off a shin pad. And that should be an icing, and it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, here tonight's playing in 50-50 number. Next prize is worth $260.
$260 for the 50-50 tonight.
619-494. That's 619-494. You just won $260 if you play your prize.
And Envy not quite able to keep it in at the line. Had to wait. We're looking for that stretch pass again. Carroll takes his man to the boards. Silvestri a little slow getting up. And Fowler loses a stick. Silvestri going off slowly. Nothing untoward there. The 2 players made contact out near the face-off dot, but Silvestri went into the boards awkwardly, getting some attention from the trainer. Morency and Campbell, and now McLean getting it around to Below. Below gets it across the blue line. Still, oh, and a nifty play there, but that pass off a skate. But now Verch. Verch throws it to the corner. And back it comes. McLean throws it in. That's off the stick. And out to center. Campbell throws it cross ice. It's gloved there by Gadua. And now it's 3-on-2, now 4-on-3 coming back. That's Frost in the corner. His pass knocked away. Campbell Across the line, Laird, bodied by below. No ice there as it went on net. Campbell behind the net to McLean, up to Sear, and that shot back in. McLean looking long for Jackson. He finds him. Drop for Morency. Morency in front to Sear. Sear didn't realize the puck had gone behind him. Mueller, his shot off a body. Story coming right out of the box. And now Chason. Chason again, around the boards it goes. To the near side for Jackson against Moody. And Webb keeps that in at the line. Backerdack shot off a stick and into the mesh. And a big thank you to the ladies that run the canteen every night. They do a wonderful job. Always a smile. And that shot looked like the Finland goal, but Spicer able to knock that one away. Again, right to Kirby. Frost battling in the corner. Frost around the net for Moody at the far boards. Long shot, tipped in front. Mueller, they get it to the line, but not out. Now they get it out. Jackson back for Story. Story meets Kirby. Story still with the puck. Jackson now. Kirby another check in. Frost runs over Campbell, but Jackson comes up with the puck. Drops it back for Chason. His shot. And Mueller coming back. And the rebound goes to the corner. Spicer makes the first save. And then the clear to the corner went right to number 18, Liam Kirby. So with 15:27 remaining in the third, we're all tied at 1. Morency and Backerdack's on the draw. Carroll across the red line or across the blue. His shot, and he scores! Wow! And just like that, the Rideaus back on top. Carroll with a blister of a wrister. High blocker side, knocks the water bottle. And the Rideaus are back on top 2-1 with 15:21. Good response from the Rideaus. And another official hit with a puck. They have taken a beating tonight. So Kirby unassisted. So Merkley getting the assist. Carroll gets it ahead. It gets by Moody. So Merkley on Moody briefly. Now comes the far side. Webb couldn't handle that. Carroll puts it up. Merkley ahead for Campbell. Morency with some speed. Morency to Campbell. And his shot off a stick and into the netting. At 14:43, the Rideaus lead the Castors 2-1. Empey on the draw against Silvestri. Silvestri had gone off in some discomfort, but he's back. So we'll be heading, regardless of the outcome of tonight's game, we'll be heading back to the Ray Friel Center tomorrow night for Game 4. Pelodeau gets it into the corner. Empey on Moody. And the Castor will clear. Pelodeau coming back in. And his shot, there'll be a penalty coming up to the Castor, a trip. So far, power plays for both teams have come up empty. At 14-14, the Rideaus get another crack at it. Stewart. That's Danny Stewart going to the box. Draw one cleanly by the Rideaus. Comes back. Jackson. His shot. Rebound left in front and cleared. McLean blows a shoe. Far side for Sear. Sear telegraphed that pass. And the Castor get it across center. McLean has it bounce over his stick. Carroll leaves it for the netminder. Story on the backhand. The power play a little bit of disarray here. McLean across, gets it to Jackson. Jackson walks in. His shot, high blocker side, too high. Down low. Looking to return the shot right on Dandino. That was Green coming in from the point. 57 seconds remaining in the power play. Not much to show in the first minute. Spicer had to be sharp in his own end. And the Castor clear to Spicer. Leaves it for Green. Green turns back for Finn. Finn to the far side. Ahead to Pelodeau. Pelodeau gets it deep. And Dandino covers up. Below coming in one side and Morency coming in the other. Morency wins the draw back, but he beats Green too. Green turns, and the Castor player loses an edge. So it's 5-on-3 briefly. Frost back quickly. Morency goes low to Bilo. Morency again in the corner. Back to Green, his shot, wide. That bouncy puck put back in by Finn, but here comes Moody. Moody can't get by Finn, but Frost does. Merkley upset that the offside call not made. And that'll be an icing. They'll make that call. .11:48 remaining here in the third. Rideaus lead the Castor 2-1. Backerdax on the draw against Morency. Morency wins the draw, but it hits the linesman Hahn in the leg. And the Castors get a shot on net. Spicer with the glove save. Morency again with the win. Across to Chason. Chason and Birch working together. They can't clear the puck. Morency. Sorry, that was Mueller. And that's turned back. Mueller again. Around for Fowler. Fowler tips it by his man. And Birch with Empey. Birch. It's a jump puck, and it's off the mesh. Draw to the left of Dandenong with 11:12 remaining in the third. Castors trail the Rideaus 2-1. And Fowler trying to get it back to the line, and he does. Mueller puts it in behind the net. Birch cycles it for Fowler. Fowler pinched by Moody. Empey and Fowler working on Moody. And the puck comes out, and Stewart knocks. But Chason keeps it in. Birch now. And to the line, again kept in by Chason. His shot, handcuffed the goaltender. Got over his arm, and another bouncy rebound. Stewart getting it to the line. And Chason getting it deep. Fowler against Stewart. Stewart getting the puck away to Kirby now. Kirby turned back at the line. Back in it comes Morency. Morency behind the net. Morency in front of his goaltender. Ahead for Merkley. Merkley coming in. He tried to get it out to the blue ice. He did. And he takes a shot. Out to the line it comes. Campbell's shot off a shin pad and wide. Back in. And here comes Moody. Moody to Kirby. And there's Merkley turning it up ice. Merkley has the stick knocked off him by Tate. Campbell now throws it at the net. The rebound, the far side. And now McLean back against George. Coming back to the line, kept in by Gadua. And Spicer making the glove save. .9:17 remaining in the third. Face-off to the left of Spicer. Jackson against Backerdax. Backerdax tossed. So now LeHay Desabris on the draw. At the far side, McLean gets it to the line. That was kicked. Another bouncy puck in front. Back, Laird shot well wide. On the far side, Sear chips it ahead. Story and Jackson were up there. Now Laird again. Laird ahead to Backerdax. Backerdax looking for Laird. His pocket picked, and Sear with the yawning cage. Went for the clapper, and maybe the wrister would have been a better choice. Easy to choose from up here. Sear tossed from the face-off dot. Story comes in. The draw won by the Castors. Story turns it back up ice. And now Carroll. Carroll hard off the boards. Laird. And now Story across the blue. He throws it towards the net off a shin pad. Sear picked it up. That should be an icing. But it's slowed down before the red line. The stretch pass for Story. Story comes in, he shoots. That off the glove of back. And that shot hit Sear. Or was that Story that got hit? That one hurt him. And here comes Moody. Moody drops for Webb. Across the blue line they come. Rideaus need to make sure they're not puck watching, and as the Castors have men in the slot area. Empey's long dump in, gloved by Backerdax. That was going wide. Kirby and Green. Wondering who they're picking in the game tomorrow between Canada and the US of A. Draw scrambled, comes to the far side. Finn not able to keep it in, but he puts it back in deep. Pelado on the forecheck. That's tipped. It comes back. Finn across to Empey. Ahead, Pelado on Stewart to Moody. And now Pomerleau gets by Chason. Thrown up through center ice. Stewart around a man, but not around three. But it comes back to Stewart. And now Fowler at the red line. He gets it ahead to Pelado, and Pelado will put it deep. The Castors looking to come back. Kept in momentarily by the Rideaus. Finn on fire. And Pelado across. Pelado shot off a skate. Now Stewart turns back. Stewart ahead to Pomerleau. Pomerleau coming in on his backhand. Pomerleau out to the slot area. And Spicer with a sprawling save. I'm sure Jeff Seed is reminding the players to watch the man in the high slot area. Campbell around to Mueller, back to Campbell. Campbell looking ahead for Virch. Gattawa got a stick on that, but below intercepts that clearing attempt. And now Morency behind the net. Laird ahead for Webb. Mueller puts that to Morency, who tries to get it deep. Campbell coming up now. Backerdax below on him. Below. Oh, and a giveaway. But a glove save by Spicer. 5:38 remaining in the third. End-to-end action now. The deeper bench going to the Rideaus tonight. Some of the Castors are looking a little tired, but they are pushing here for the equalizer. And to center ice it comes. Moody across for Tate. And Jackson trying to get that deep, but the Castors put it off the ceiling. And we have 5:15 remaining in the third. Rideaus leading the Castors by 1. Draw one by the Rideaus. McLean puts it in. Story on the forecheck against Moody. Moody gets it ahead, but they can't gain the zone. McLean stops them and puts it back in behind Dandino. Dandino looks to clear by himself, but it hit the stanchion. Now Moody loses the handle. Dandino had to be careful on that. There was a puck that bounced. He had to play it like a shortstop. Draw to the left of Dandino with 4:44 remaining. Morency pushes it ahead, but the Castor will clear. And again, try that, not offside, says the linesman. I'm sure if they had a challenge, they would have challenged that. Silvestri wins the draw. Gatto's shot gloved by Spicer. Another scrambled draw. That's Pomerleau. Pomerleau shot right on. That gets to the line but not out. Another long shot, tipped in front. And now, back to center ice we come. Merkley, battling Gatto. He gets it across the blue line. Morency on the forecheck. It gets past one Rito, but not two. Merkley forcing that pass. And now Morency to Merkley, or Merkley with the toe drag. But Pomerleau with Silvestri. That's offside. The whole Rideaus coaching staff trying to help out Hahn there. There have been a couple of close calls. That one not so close. 3:45 to go. Bartlett against Dempey. Bartlett across the blue line with the puck. His shot, second shot. Out it comes to the line to Moody. And his shot off the shin pad of Fowler. Going up the far side. Pelledo behind the net. Pelledo with some speed. Pelledo knocked down, but that'll go off a stick, so no icing. Empey gets it deep. And Empey gets it out front, but it's picked up there by the Castor. Coming back the other way is Kirby. Kirby takes Campbell down. Empey ahead. Pelledo, it has to hop over his stick. And Laird puts it back in deep. Campbell trying to get it to Pelledo. And the Rideaus get it to the line but not out. They'll get it out this time. And Fowler. Fowler on Moody. And Laird back checking. Back it goes to Moody. Moody still with the puck. Virch and Below turn it back. Bartlett now. Bartlett getting to center. He puts it ahead. Carroll hard off the glass. It hops over Moody's stick. Morency coming in. The Castor throw it back to Moody, their captain. He gets it in front to Webb, and that's off a body. Spicer turns it aside. It gets to the line and not out, says the linesman. Another shot off a body into the corner. Carroll off the boards, and now Virch and Morency. Virch and Morency. Virch shoots, and Morency is pushed into the net by Moody. Virch still on the puck. Morency nobody wants a penalty at this point in the game. And that pops out to Story. It's Story. Story below. Those 81s and 91s. Well, that was 91. Braden below with 1:30 to go. Makes it a 3-1 game. Dandino wanting the moorings checked. Story and Kirby. McLean behind Spicer, off the boards. And Dandino heading to the net for the extra attacker, and the Rideaus nearly scoring on the empty net. Gadua across. Back it comes to Kirby. Rideaus turn it back. No icing. Moody behind his own net, 54 seconds. That will be an icing if no. Silvestri will be there first. And that hits the ceiling. 42.5 seconds remaining. Will the Castors take their timeout? Indeed they will. So 42.5 seconds remaining. Not impossible to score 2 goals in that amount of time, but improbable at this point. So 42.5 seconds remaining. A 3-1 lead by the Rideaus. Face off to the right of Ben Spicer. I'm assuming Backerdax will be on the draw for, and he is. He has Stewart on the draw side. Moody going to the front of the net. The Rideaus get it to the line, but not out. And now Pelado. Pelado pushing. Gadua backhands it for Moody. Moody to Stewart. Around the boards it goes. Kept in, says Hahn. And that'll be an icing, but 12.6 seconds remaining. So, Stewart likely to be the shooter. They push it ahead. Campbell pins it on the end boards. Around it comes. Will they get another shot? No, Pelado knocks it. Oh, and with the net empty, that should be a goal. Well, these two teams have to play each other in less than 24 hours. And somebody, 11, Gadua, and number 19, both throwing fists to the head of Fowler. A face mask definitely being grabbed. That was Backerdax. So we'll await the Cove player of the game. I should have mentioned the Cove is one of our sponsors. For the Cove player of the game. Somebody calling for Spicer to be player of the game. Very well could be. Or could it be Carroll, who got the game-winning goal right after the Castors scored their first goal. We'll have to wait. Tom Dodds and Rob Scott a little busy right now. There's penalties being handed out. Now, I'm under the impression that if there's a penalty on a break on an empty net, it should be counted as a goal. But there is no fourth goal. So the officials, with some paperwork to do, and Tom Dodds has stepped away from the microphone. Dandino, the lone player remaining for the Castor. Oh, Sear waiting to get the stick back. I was wondering what the... So Dandino always the last one off the ice in warm-up. I guess he wants to be last one off the ice in the game, too. Superstitious lot, hockey players. So I'm not sure who the official Cove player of the game is, but I'm going to give it to Chad Carroll for the game-winning goal. And we will see you live from the Ray Friel Center tomorrow night at 7:30. Phil and I are on the road. We'll see you then. Thank you and good night.